You speak, and nothing happens. No eyes turn, no heads lift, no silence falls. It's like you're made of air. You say something important, and someone else interrupts. You explain your point, and people nod politely, then forget it 10 seconds later. But then someone else speaks, and the room shifts. Even if they say less than you, even if their ideas aren't better, people listen to them, they remember them. Why? Because being heard isn't about talking more. It's about speaking in a way that makes silence answer back. Here's what you've never been told. You're not ignored because you're boring. You're ignored because you sound unsure you should even be talking. And people hear that. They hear it in your speed, your tone, your wording. And they decide, this voice doesn't carry weight. So what do the unforgettable speakers do differently? They speak slowly, but intentionally. Fast talkers sound like they're rushing to escape being judged. Slow speakers feel like they own time. When you pause, you create suspense. When you pause, people lean in. Silence becomes your ally. It makes your words echo. They also cut the permission language. Does that make sense? Sorry, but I might be wrong, but these are verbal apologies. Each one chips away at your credibility. So stop asking for permission to speak. State your idea. Let the silence judge it. Let the silence hold it. They make their point in one sharp visual idea. Anyone can ramble, but real impact comes when your message slices. Not with more words, but with the right ones. So for example, don't say, we should try to stay motivated through tough times. Say, when your legs are shaking, remember why you stood up in the first place. That's what people repeat. That's what sticks in their mind when the conversation is over. They speak with conviction, not volume. Confidence doesn't shout, it stands still. When you speak with quiet certainty, not arrogance, not over-explaining, people sense it. They sense that you're already convinced by what you're saying, and that's what makes them start listening. Because they trust people who trust themselves. Their voice and body say the same thing. Your voice says power, but your body says fear. People believe your body. Eye contact, open posture, and a grounded tone are really important. Because if your words and body don't match, your voice vanishes. Speak with alignment. That's the secret ingredient behind presence. They aren't trying to be liked. This is the hardest truth. You will never speak powerfully if you crave approval more than clarity. Real communication requires risking rejection. You have to be okay with silence, disagreement, even being misunderstood. But once you stop chasing validation, your words gain density. They stop floating. They start landing. They speak for impact, not information. If your goal is just to be understood, you'll be forgotten. But if your goal is to move someone, to stop their train of thought, to make them rethink something, then you'll find the words that cut. The truth is, the way you speak tells the world how much you value what you have to say. If you rush through your ideas, people assume they're disposable. If you ramble, people assume you haven't thought them through. If you sound afraid to be heard, people are afraid to hear you. But if you speak like your words carry weight, then they will. Not instantly, not every time, but eventually, your words will gather power. You don't need to speak louder. You don't need to say more. You just need to speak in a way that makes people feel like they're hearing something they weren't supposed to. Something rare. Something real. That's how you speak, so people listen.